Hey guys, welcome back to Life in Pink, where we break down all of the latest drama from Love and Marriage Huntsville, as well as a variety of other hot topics. In today's video, we're diving into Destiny Payton's confusing actions on and off of the show, which could possibly lead her into another slew of court dates and deeper trouble if she's not careful. So let's get into it. Everything discussed in this video is based on my personal opinions and observations. All claims are alleged and not intended to be taken as fact, and this content is for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so let's start with the girls' trip and the fact that Destiny said she went on this trip to hang out with Tisha and Kimmy and could, quote unquote, walk around Melody if they could walk beside her. Now, that was a bit perplexing because you're on a trip that Melody is hosting, yet you're claiming you'll just casually avoid her. Like, how does that make any sense? I don't know, but in my opinion, Destiny always seems to talk in circles. She's trying to paint this narrative like she's only there for Tisha and Kimmy, but girl, like, let's be real. Like, you don't go on vacation hosted by someone you've fallen out with as a surprise guest, think you're just going to ignore them the entire time. That's not how any of this works. Okay, but let's rewind, because even before the trip at that dinner with Kimmy and Tisha, Kimmy straight up told Destiny that it could be a chance for her to talk it out with Melody. So, in my opinion, she knew then what she was walking into. You didn't just come to vibe with Tisha and Kimmy. You went with hope in your heart to reconcile your friendship with Melody, in my opinion. Because if you can't stand someone, why would you even entertain going on a trip that they planned in the first place? Now, one can argue that it's a reality show and it's part of her job, but hey, to me it feels like Destiny is trying to act unbothered, but at the same time, her actions suggest that she's hoping for a reconciliation. Now, in one of Mel's TikTok lives that she did over this week, she revealed that Destiny confided in her privately that she didn't know that Sonny was going to be there. So Melody told her that she understood, and if at any moment that she felt she didn't want to proceed with filming, then just let production know her boundaries. And it was also in that conversation where Melody said she heard like a clicking noise to start a recording on the phone. So that's when she asked Destiny straight up, like, are you recording me? And she said Destiny's facial expression gave her away. But of course she verbally denied it, but she said that she knew from her facial expression that, you know, Destiny was in fact recording her. Melody also revealed that after that initial dinner scene, when Destiny had first made it, and this was her first interaction with everybody on the trip, that after that initial dinner scene, Destiny made it a point to sit next to her from then on the rest of the trip. And it's funny because in one of the previews for the second half of this season, we actually see Destiny sitting directly next to Mel. So with all of that being said, Destiny came on that trip hoping that being in a different environment, maybe having a little fun in the sun, somehow something would naturally like bring her and Melody back together or closer, that maybe they will bond over something and they could begin mending their friendship. But if that's the case, then why not just admit it? Instead, we get all these constant contradictions and allegations that feel embellished a little bit and are things that are just being said because it's Mad Day. Which brings me to Destiny's recent interview with Yahoo, where she was asked what she thought led to the downfall of her and Melody's friendship, and Destiny responded with this. There's a lot of play on social media. There's a lot of play on blogs. It's clearly coming from one side, and that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but for me, the only thing that I can speak up on specifically is about our friendship and why it got to the place that it is. Because before I was very confused. But as I've spoken out about my domestic violence and how I had to come to grips with that being my reality, one of the things that was said in public by Mel was that I knew one side of the story and now I know the truth. And I'm in support of the other party. So for me, it was like, how do you go from supporting a woman, being there for her through tough times that she never discussed publicly, to publicly saying, now I know the truth. So for me, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that. She said, how do you go from supporting a woman, being there for her during those times that she never even discussed publicly, to publicly saying, now that I know the truth? So for me, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that. That is funny. And it's so interesting because if Destiny truly feels this way, then she needs to take a good, hard look at her own actions, because she's accusing Melody of switching sides and supporting the other party in her DV situation, which hasn't even been proven. LB hasn't had a day in court or anything of the sort regarding those allegations. But excuse me, Miss Destiny, pot meet kettle. Destiny has done the exact same thing with Martell. In fact, she is still doing that very thing. And Martell has actually been convicted of DV against Melody. Yet, Destiny still stands proudly beside him, defending him at every turn. She's even out here defending, posting Melody's children up with his side chick on Martell's birthday. Like, that's crazy. Speaking of Martell, let's talk about the real legal risk Destiny is putting herself in my opinion. So every chance she gets, Destiny makes it known that she is still very good friends with Martell and that they hang out frequently. She even accompanies him to events involving Melody and his kids, like we saw in Melody's live this past week. Okay, so yeah, they're pretty close. But here's the problem, in my opinion. So Martell was convicted of DV against Melody, and there's an order of protection that limits his contact with her. Now, by aligning herself so closely with Martell and taking these public jabs at Melody, making different allegations like Destiny is dangerously close to violating Alabama's third-party harassment laws. Now, I am not a lawyer, but it seems plausible. And according to Alabama law, third-party harassment can occur when someone indirectly contributes to the harassment of a victim, like in situations involving protective orders. Third-party harassment can happen when someone who is not directly involved in a conflict starts acting in ways that contribute to the distress or harassment of the victim. Okay, so Destiny's public presence with Martell and constant public jabs at Melody could be grounds for legal action, which, I mean, Melody could consider pressing charges for harassment by association, and if she does, Destiny is in real big trouble. Destiny could actually, potentially, maybe, be held legally accountable just for being too close to Martell and continually involving herself in situations regarding Melody that violate the terms of the protection order that Melody has against him. That's a slippery slope Destiny is on. She needs to go ahead and read the room and stop risking her freedom for this back and forth drama. At this point, love your child more than you hate Melody and LB, because you're playing with fire, and trust, Martell will not be standing beside you. Okay, so what about those text messages between Destiny and Moses that were revealed by Sunny? First of all, it appears that Destiny was doing the most of the texting and receiving like minimal responses, which is a little embarrassing. But that's neither here nor there, just an observation. But the most interesting part to me was that Destiny sent Moses a picture of her and LB's son, Law. And Moses' response was like a simple okay or something like that. Child, what is going on? Somebody add Life in Pink to the group chat, because we need the tea. Destiny, it is giving you needed to be on an episode of Maury, and that ain't cute. Why did you send that man, allegedly, a picture of your son with your ex-husband? I mean, I'm not alone. This was a bit peculiar, right? Like, this kind of raises questions. And if this is true that Destiny did send Moses a picture of her and LB's son, is this something that LB could take her back to court for? I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility, but it could be. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. At the end of the day, Destiny really needs to tread lightly, not just with Melody, but also with LB. From standing by Martell after accusing Melody of turning her back, to posting a video of Melody and Martell's children with Martell's side chick, it's all starting to pile up. All of the contradictions. I think it's time for Destiny to wisen up and really think about what she's doing, because the path she's on could lead to some serious consequences, legal ones too. But what do you guys think? Is Destiny setting herself up for legal trouble by standing so close to Martell and shading Melody every chance she gets? And what do y'all think about those text messages with Moses? Do you think LB could take her to court over it? Why was she sending Moses a picture of her son with her ex-husband? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss any of the drama here on Life in Pink. Until next time, bye.